Hey guys, it's Penguin Forces here with another daily progression report, day number 2 for season 3. I'm going to go ahead and talk about the items here. I'm going to be talking about the goals that I had and also the skills that I'm using as well. And also I've got the details up here so you guys can go ahead and check out yourself what you're looking for, any specifics. But I'm going to go ahead and get down with the items here first. I'm going to try to go through it as briefly as I can. So any misunderstanding, if you need to have any questions, go ahead and write it down below. Not a problem at all. But we're going to go ahead and get this done with. So the biggest thing that I found today were these boots and also the offhand as well too. And the reason why these boots are so prized is because the increased meter of damage for 100%. And also when there are 3 enemies or less, so it's going to be helping out with certain situations of mobs and also the Rift Guardian as well. My damage is going to be increased by 195%, as you can read down there. So it's very nice boots, very good boots, synergizes very well with Tarash's. And I'm going to go ahead right here, hover over Tarash's here. As you notice, I don't have any rolls going. I don't have any change of stats because I'm trying to conserve. I'm trying to save on my Forgotten Souls. And I know down the road I can find something better. But this Tarash's is actually not bad. It's got 25% meter damage, and it's also got 10% increase for crit hit chance, and also it's got intelligence. So it's actually not bad for a starter. Pretty good. I'm happy with it. Lucchini Prowlers. I'm going to be talking about this one here as well. This one always naturally rolls attack speed and movement speed. And this is really good because movement speed is something that, a lower character always needs. So Lucchini Prowlers does the job very nicely. And also this one is really good because it naturally rolled crit hit chance. That roll is just, RNG. So I got the roll of 5.5. That's very nice. Very, very good. High intelligence, high vitality as well. We're going on with the amulets. Intelligence, crit hit damage, crit hit chance in a socket. Not bad for a beginner. Still working on it, of course. Blackthorns, not going to be using it down the road, but the amulet is pretty solid. We've got the Shrouded Mask here. It's the Delsier's new item, I guess you can say the new set. And again, pretty straightforward stats: intelligence, vitality, crit hit chance, and also socket. I'm just using it while I'm trying to find Talrash's. So just using it for now as a filler. The chest, not going to talk about it too much. You could go and look at the stats here, but this is just a filler. It's better than a yellow item only because if you use a unique like I am right here, you're going to be getting more stats instead of a yellow item. So got it for now. Harrington Waist Guard. This one is a really, really solid belt only because when you open a chest, this is also considered for floorboards that are on the ground and also dead bodies. But if you were to open a chest as well, you get a certain amount of damage increased. Very nice, very solid belt, especially for torment clearing. Again, we've got the Delsier's pants here. I'm just going to go ahead and let you read through this. If you see the spectral blade damage, not really worried about it right now. I'm not trying to do any rolls of any sort. I know I could be stronger. I know I could have more toughness. Not really worried about that though. The only time I'm going to be worried about toughness is when I get to T5, T6. Other than that, not really worried about it. I'm still looking for items, guys, so not a problem. We're going to go ahead and get on here with the shoulders. I've got a yellow shoulder. Haven't found anything good yet for shoulders. It's got Witch Doctor stat as well. But not a problem at all. Just let RNG come to me. I'm not going to be getting frustrated if I can't find his shoulders. I'm just playing along. Just having some fun. And also, we've got these very nice gladiator gauntlets. For a starter, it's not bad. Intelligence, vitality, pretty solid. It naturally rolled crit hit chance of 9.5, and I was praying to the gods. I went to the do a stat roll, and I said, please, on the first roll, let me get crit hit damage. And on the first roll, I got crit hit damage. And the reason why I was praying is because I didn't want to waste any Forgotten Souls. Of course, I want to make sure I want to save them up as best I can. Let's talk about the rings here real fast. Intelligence, vitality, crit hit damage, crit hit chance. This is pretty solid, especially when you're building up on torments, especially when you're trying to build up on those paragons, just build up as a character in general. So this wasn't bad. Am I looking for a better ring? Yes, of course. But this is pretty solid. We're going to be looking at the yellow ring here as well too. Pretty solid stats, but I could also go for a unique ring as well too. I've been finding a couple, but these stats have been pretty solid. Intelligence, crit hit damage, and crit hit chance. For rings, we want to be going for as much damage as we can get, especially also jewelry, let me just say, amulet as well too. But so far that's what this ring is providing, and the unique rings that I have been finding from other other RNG loot hasn't been providing me with these stats. So I've been using this yellow, not a problem at all. And also we got the Shard of Hate. 1409 lightning damage out of 1490. We've got percent damage as well, and we've got a high roll of intelligence. So not bad. I told myself, hey, I like one-handers. I like to, instead of using two-handers, I like to use a one-hander. And also I've got the Talrajas here with the meteor percent damage. So I said, hey, why not? Let's go ahead and use a Shard of Hate. But that's just my items right there. I'm going to go ahead and talk about the skills as well too. We've got slow time, and the reason why we're using slow time is just because we get an extra percent of damage, and also it synergizes well with illusionist as well. We've got meteor thunder crash, and let me tell you this before I go further down these skills here. What I'm just doing is just having some fun. I'm just trying to do some silly skills here, and you can also tell by that. I'll give you a sneak peek before I do my description. I've got power hungry. No one uses this skill at all, but I just thought it was funny. And the reason why, let me go ahead and continue here. The reason why I'm using the lightning meteor rune is because it has no wait time. The idea of this build that I've got going here is just to try to spam as much as I can. So we lay down the slow time and we start casting meteor as much as we can. So try to have an immediate cast time. We've got energy armor for energy tap, and increases my armor. Not a big deal, but also I get more arcane power as well too. So I get an increase of my arcane resource. I've got magic weapon, force weapons, just so I can have a harder hitting of a meteor. I've got familiar arcanaut, so I get an increase of arcane regeneration. And also I've got teleport wormhole, which again synergizes with illusionist, and it's gonna be making it so I can kite efficiently, or I can progress forward with the rift. So teleport and slow time, let's talk about the passive here real fast. But teleport and slow time synergizes well with illusionist. Whenever I take a certain amount of percent damage of life, I'm gonna be getting a cooldown. My cooldowns for teleport and slow time are gonna pop back up. So gonna be casting them out a whole bunch. Glass cannon, just so I can get a harder hit of a meteor. Not really worried about armor resistance right now. I understand that I do need to start worrying about it. The higher rift I go, the higher torment that I go. But as of right now, not a problem at all. Just using glass cannon for a harder hit. We've got astral presence. It's going to be making so I have more arcane regeneration, and also I have more arcane power stored in my arcane resource. And also power hungry. The idea of this again is just to try to spam as much as I can. So I told myself, hey, there's health globes lying around. I'll just pick them up and I'll be able to spam more. Not a problem. And silly passive. I know I could use something better, but I just said, hey, why not? Just having some fun. So I'll pop up the details here real fast while I'm explaining the goals. The goals here today was just to try to find as much items as I can, especially on Talrashas. And right now I just have one piece, but we're slowly climbing up there. As you can see, I'm on Torment 3 right here. And we're clearing pretty well. We're progressing very nicely. And are we dying here and there? Yes, it's not a high number though, when I'm not dying too much. But that's the big goal. The big goal is just to try to find Talrashas, really. Talrashas is just such a great end game build. I'm really enjoying it. And I played it on the non-season. And I don't know, I just really enjoyed it a lot. But other than that, that's day 2 of the daily progression reports. Guys, if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave them down below. I want to try to communicate with you guys. If you have any ideas on what I should be trying to do, if you have a better idea of legendary gems I should be wearing, I'm ready for the comments that hit me. But other than that, thank you guys very much for stopping by, and we'll be seeing what happens. Other than that, I'll see you guys next time.